What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Boomerang Season 2, Episode 8, Season Finale. So, the season finale gave us some cute little gems. We absolutely, positively are picking up. We have Miss Kim Wayans making her debut. She is sprinkled in throughout the episode. We see Tia is out doing her community service, honey, for taking over the strip club. She got sentenced to 40 hours of community service. So she's finishing up her community service. She clocking out, honey. She calls her Uber, and this 1974, I know somebody gonna correct me, purple Cadillac pulls up, honey, and it is Miss Kim Wayans driving it. She said, listen, come on in, Miss Juanita got you covered. She got the snacks, she got everything, and of course, you know, Tia is like, girl, you just your whole little enterprise. She said that's what you got to be in this economy. So she takes her to the strip club. Tia's going down to the strip club, and she said, next time you get in some legal trouble, you know, go on and hook, you know, give me a call. She said, I do prepaid legal. So she gives her business card. Then she says, and she was so funny, but when Tia was getting out the car, she said, now, you know, it's a terrible stereotype that black people don't tip. I hate perpetuating stereotypes, don't you? I said, now that's a cute way of asking for your tip, honey. That was a cute way. That was a little cute way of getting a tip in there. And so she went on into the strip club. Miss Juanita also has what she call them, hot pepper butt plugs, honey. Now I don't know, jalapeno butt plugs. Now I don't know who wants to put that in their butt, but Miss Juanita got it. If you want it, call Miss Juanita. So anyway, child. So they go to so she goes into the strip club, and of course she thinks everybody is going to welcome her back with open arms, and all the strippers are like, ugh, like, we do not want to see you, because of course the strike, the takeover was a huge it was a huge blow. It wasn't successful, and they probably end up making less now than they were before, because of course the owner of the club is probably pissed off at the whole situation. So she goes in the back to go see her girlfriend, and the girlfriend was like, she's, you know, so of course Tia's like, so I did all of this for nothing, like this turned into nothing. And she said, look, I tried to tell you that at the end of the day, it always comes down to who has the most to lose, and it's going to always be us. So Tia's frustrated, you know, and the girlfriend is trying to tell her, look, I appreciate you trying, but it is what it is. And she gets up, and of course, she still got that bum ankle. And Tia's like, so you still walking around with your ankle looking crazy? Tia like, you know, I ain't got no damn insurance. So she says, look, we need to get that looked at. So Tia's girlfriend finally agrees to go down and get the ankle looked at. So while she's there in the weight room, who come walking through there with the UPS package or the FedEx package, child? Miss Juanita. Miss Juanita say, she said, what's up? What she call her? Oh, dang, I forgot the name. But anyway, Jailbird or something like that. But she didn't call her Jailbird, but she had a little nickname for her. And so they get to talking, and Miss Juanita basically is talking about, you know, encouraging her to make a difference. You know, if this ain't work out, then you got to find your way. You got to find your path. If it's not if you can't fix it this way, then you got to find another way. She said, now I got to head on out. I got training for my new part-time job. I'm going to be a substitute school bus driver. And that gave Mia an epiphany, honey. Next thing you know, Mia done purchased, or she done went and got her school bus, and she's showing the girlfriend how she's going to turn the school bus into a mobile health screening situation for exotic dancers, for strippers, for dancers. She said, you know, we're going to have an area where they can get screened. We're going to have an area where people can where people can rotate. And if you have to take the day off to take care of some business, somebody can cover your shift. So you don't have to worry about losing your job or losing that shift. You know, people can pick up extra shifts if they need it. They said they're going to look at, they're going to be an area where they can get massages and stuff like that. And so, of course, they were like, this is a great idea. You know, Mia had figured out a way to work around the situation. Next thing you know, we see Simone and Bryson. They are, no, before we get to Simone and Bryson, we see Ari. Ari is at the barbershop. And while he's at the barbershop, he gets into a sparring match with a little 10-year-old little boy, right? And while they're kind of going back and forth, it was all in good fun. I mean, the little boy was telling him his kicks were fake. Like, you got some imitation Jordans, dude. And so they were going back and forth. And while they do that, the boys got dreads, you know. The little boy's father comes up talking about we're going to go ahead and get that haircut. And at one point, the little boy said something about he gonna go when he gets up, he gonna grow up, he gonna be tall like Ari or whatever. And the boy's father told me we're gonna get all that hair cut out your head. You know, when you with your mother, if your mother wanna let you act like a little girl, then you gonna act like a little girl. But when you with me, you gonna be a man. We're gonna get all that hair cut out. We're gonna get you a regular fade. And so Ari was like, well, wait a minute, I got dreads and I'm good. Like, I don't understand the problem. And he said, hey, brother. So the father looked at him and was like, I'm not your brother. Like, I'm not your brother. Don't talk to me like I'm your brother. You know, it is what it is. So then he told him, he said, listen, he said, he's just a little kid. What's the big deal? So what do you want to have dreads? He's just a kid. So, you know, the father tells Ari basically, listen, my son not going to grow up acting like a little girl. You know, it is. So then Ari kind of was like, well, look, I got dreads and I'm this and I'm that, and I ain't never had a problem getting a woman or a man. So of course the father was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. My son ain't gonna be confused like this, you know, like this dude right here. So Ari was like, listen, I'm out of here. You know, he was like, I'm getting, you know, he left the barbershop and he stood up. He stood up over the father. And he kind of gave him a couple of little jabs. And then he was like, he looked at the little boy, talking about some, oh, you think you're going to grow up and be tall like me? I doubt it. Talking about his father, how short his father is. So the little boy got a little bit of a smile out of it, you know. Not much, honey, but a little bit. So you saw that situation. So then Ari goes back home and he ends up calling the dude over, the guy that he had gone to the Chick-fil-A with a couple of episodes ago. And dude was like, listen, Ari, I don't have time for you to be here for you. He said, listen, let me talk before you say anything. And he tells him, he said, listen, I still don't have it all figured out. Okay. I don't have it all figured out. I do not have all of the answers. However, I want to explore it. I'm open to figuring it out, you know, and hopefully you can rock with me while I'm doing it. So dude was, you know, he was here for it. You know, you could tell he was listening. He was, you know, susceptible to it or whatever. Receptive, I should say, to it. So then Ari says, yeah, so I haven't eaten all day. So dude was like, well, I mean, we can go get something to eat. He was like, no, I mean, I haven't eaten all day. So next thing you know, who is delivering the food? Miss Juanita. She knocked on the door, but she could hear that there's some business going on in the bedroom. And so she just leaves it on the doorstep, honey, because, you know, of course, here come Miss Juanita. She was everywhere. Then we have Bryson and Simone, and they're both interviewing for the same job. They find themselves in the lobby. And, of course, you know, they're kind of doing that verbal spar thing that you do back and forth. Definitely can tell they're in a better place than where they once were. And he tells her, he said, look, he said, I really haven't been there for you and I apologize. And she said, no, you don't have to do that. And he said, no, I really mean it. He said, you know, basically he was, because I still feel like, I don't know anyway, child. I still feel like, I don't know where Bryson owed her an apology, but okay. I just don't see where he owed her one. But he did apologize, and they sort of were able to talk through it. And of course, she, you know, again acknowledged, you know, her part in it or whatever. And he said, you know what? If I had a place like this, he said, you know, they over there playing ping pong and stuff. We'd have a spades table and dominoes, and we'd have this and we'd have that. They start talking about if he had his own business, what it would look like, his own advertising business, what it would look like. And so he said, you know what? This is not, you know, so honey, here come Miss Juanita again, talking about, you know, their interviews are going to start in a minute. The lady's running a little late. And so, of course, you know, Miss Juanita. And she gave them a little bit of talking to about basically having your own. Every time Miss Juanita popped up, she was giving them some words of wisdom, but it was wrapped up in a little bow, silly bow. And just as they get ready to go in for their interview, Bryson says, you know what, Simone, this isn't you. She said, oh, so this isn't you because you want the job? He said, no. This really ain't either one of us. And next thing you know, we fast forward. They have started their own, honey. Simone finally stopped wearing that bob, honey. She got a whole nother look, honey. But Bryson and Simone are actually starting their own company called Day Ones, their own advertising company. And everybody is there, except for David. David was not there. But Crystal was like, hey, this company is in direct competition to my job. But, I love y'all. I'm here to support and all that good stuff. Then Crystal ends up leaving because she said she had tickets to go see Solange with some of her new friends. And they were like, oh, you got new friends? She was like, no, these are just some co-workers for my new job. Nah, girl, she got new friends. David didn't even RSVP. Tia had to leave so that she could go. They had to go move the bus, honey. She got her bus up and running. And Ari had to leave because he had a date. So it really just left Simone and Bryson there. So Simone was like, listen, I got a surprise for you in the back. Why don't you come check me out in the office? And she had set up like spades game, dominoes, like the whole, like that vision of what I would have. And as she's sitting in there waiting, and they brought up the whole thing about, are they going to be able to work together? And they were like, no, we moved past that. We're good. We're just friends. There's no sexual tension. It's all gravy. While Simone is sitting there, honey, looking at Mr. Bryson, waiting for him to make his way into the office, he's there flirting. He got all these women in his face, and he's there flirting. And in that moment, you saw Simone didn't get jealous. Simone got turned on. And then we did the infamous turn the head to the side, woof, right, from Boomerang the movie. So that's how the season ended. So what I feel like they did was they didn't know if they was going to get picked up for season 3. So they definitely closed some doors. They gave us some closure to some storylines. But they definitely left some cracks so that if they come back for season 3, we can explore some other things. Because there's definitely a whole plethora of things that can go down with this new business that Simone and Bryson are starting. The dynamic of Crystal to the group. The dynamic of David and his new decisions that he's made with the group. Ari continuing to explore his sexuality. There's definitely a lot that we can do for season 3. But if the show gets canceled and we don't get a season 3, you gave us some closure. So thank you. I appreciate it. It was a good season. And hopefully we see y'all in another couple of months. Peace.